Hola. So, okay, it's been a while, and I have recorded this video on my iPad and had all kinds of technical difficulties getting it to you guys. And I have recorded it several times, and I had a whole bunch of food vlogs that were hanging around. I think I have two now, but I just deleted a lot of stuff and I was like, this is it. I just have to do the video. And then I was like, well, but my makeup's smeared because I actually had my makeup done today. Um, and then I was like, that's not a very good reason to not make the video. So here it is. I'm just going to make the video and we're going to talk. And this is not a weigh-in video. It is a much bigger, grander scale video. And it is about sobriety and binge eating. So I feel kind of weird. But okay. So if you guys have been on this journey, you know my story. Started off 255, got down to 134. I think it was 133 was the lowest. I was unhappy at that weight. I wanted to be around 140. And then I stayed there for a while, and then it's been a slow creep up. And it has been slow. It's crazy to think about the fact that I've been doing this since 2010 and that I have been 100 pounds lighter since 2011. So it's been 3 years, and in that time, I've gained about 40 pounds back. Now, 40 over 3 years is not bad, but it's not where I want to be. I'm not happy in this body. I want to be, I don't know, I want to be 140 again. My brain is always like, I want to be 125, but I didn't like when I got to a place of being like too skinny. Like I didn't like the skin. So I guess 140 is what I'm aiming for. I know that I'm in the 170s now. I don't know what I weigh today. I did not actually weigh myself today. But I will get to a weigh-in. I'm just telling you my backstory. Not today. I'm not weighing in today. I'm going to do it tomorrow and hopefully do a whole video. But I wanted to do this because I feel like I'm in this weird place. And it's that the challenges have changed. I think that like when I think of my first weight loss when I was 255, it was like this rushing river. And to save my life, I had to build a dam. And so it was like, get the construction crew out here, get the architect out here, we're going to build a dam. And it was it was not easy. I don't want to say, when I say easy, I'm not saying like, oh, it's a breeze. I worked hard. And if you don't believe that, go back and look at those videos. I worked hard. But it was like very basic. It was like, okay, binge eating, stop it. What are the trigger foods? Fast food, take them away. Exercise. It was like I was not moving myself at all. So exercise was like any exercise was exercise. And I was eating so horribly that just cleaning it up a little bit was like this giant step. So building the dam was pretty basic and easy. And then you get to this place where you have the dam in place, right? And everything's good and everybody's happy. But then you start noticing that there's water on the dry side where it doesn't belong, but it's just a little bit of water and it doesn't really matter. And it's like, well, we can let a little bit of water go. And then that water starts to rise. And then you start to realize that something's wrong, that there's way more water than there should be, and that the dam is leaking. But unlike the first time when all you have to do is build the dam, now you have to figure out where the leaks are. Now you have to go in with specialists because it's not about just building it. It's about trying to figure out how to save it and how to reinforce it. And it's like every time you get one leak done, you realize that there's still water seeping through. So you have to just continually be vigilant. And that's kind of how it is now. It's like the behaviors are seeping through and I have to catch them and realize it and then figure out how to fix it. And I guess that's where I'm at. And it's almost like like the new binge. Like, no, I don't eat fast food. I have not allowed myself to go get fast food. I mean, I just haven't. And I feel like that's because there's a part of me when I'm really unhappy with my weight or my body or the way things are going, there's a part of my brain that goes, well, if we were going to gain weight, we should have just eaten the fast food. Just go get the burger. And I know that that is the addiction talking, and I know that that is rock bottom, that is, I don't know if I could come back from that place if I allowed myself to indulge that. So I have managed not to, but okay, like the new binge is almost like this controlled eating that is out of control. So it's like everything's in portion sizes, but it's like going back for another serving, going back for another serving, going back for another serving. And it just isn't okay. It's just not. I am not okay. And that's okay. Like, I think that's where I'm at, is like figuring out that it's all right to need to pause and redefine sobriety and rework the plan to fit who I am now. And I feel like I don't think I would consider myself sober at this point. And it is my true and honest desire to get sober. So tomorrow, I am going to start a brand new sobriety. And it kills me to say that, because am I fast food sober? Yes. But am I sober? I don't think so. I think that sugar is a trigger, and I need to avoid sugar. And with it, like cakes and like all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to find myself alternatives, and just to be aware, like I'm not eating cookies, and I'm not eating like chocolate and stuff like that. So tomorrow I'm starting again. It's going to be 1 day sober when I get to the end of tomorrow. And it's a kind of weird, sad place, but I know that if you don't start it, you never get it. So I am starting fresh, and I am going to work my butt off to get there again. The other thing is like my workouts. I know that you guys, if you were on this journey, you know that like my big thing was always, I'm going to work out 3 times a week, 30 minutes a day or more. And that slowly grew to where I myself wasn't satisfied unless I was working out 4 to 5 times, and just, I love it. I love to make my body sweat. But I got sick in December, and since then I have not been okay. I'm not okay. My body hurts. I honestly thought the last time I was really, really sick, like could not move, could not walk, was when I was still big. I have had bouts of chronic pain that have come and been hard to get through. I've felt bad before, but I did not have the muscle fatigue or the inability to move like I did when I was big. And in my mind, somewhere in the back of my mind, I felt like that's because I was big. And that as long as I stayed pretty thin and as long as I stayed pretty active, I wouldn't have to deal with that ever again. So you can imagine my severe disappointment and surprise when I woke up unable to stand up in February. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, like muscle fatigue, I don't know if you've ever worked out, like pumped iron or whatever. You're supposed to work out till you can't. Like, you know, you keep lifting the weights till you can't go anymore. That feeling in your muscles when you're telling them to move, but you honestly can't because there's no strength, is what I woke up with in February. And I literally could not stand up. After being up for a while and really working on it, I was able to get up and get some movement back. I was doing a circuit training workout every other day, doing like 50 to 100 squats, you know, sit-ups, chair lifts, planks, all of that kind of stuff. And literally the next day, I could not, if I squatted down, I could not stand back up. There was no muscle strength. And so since February, it's been a very slow process of trying to get back the control over my own body. And it comes like I'll be doing well for a couple of weeks, and then it just starts to slip away from me again. And it's a sad and scary and just disappointing place to be. And I think it's added to a bit of depression, which is a trigger for an addict. So that's allowed the new binge to kind of creep up and happen as my workouts have sucked worse and worse, despite the fact that my spirit is still in them. And I just don't even know how to deal with that, because I honestly thought that that was majorly my weight, even though I got diagnosed with different things and I understand I had those diagnoses and I understand I've dealt with the chronic pain. I just never imagined that the muscle fatigue or the pain would get that bad again as long as I was still healthy and on track and thin. So I am dealing with that, and I think I finally just realized that I have to just step back and just be okay with the fact. I feel like I'm starting completely over. Like I'm having to build back up from ground zero. And I was approaching it as a build back up. Like, okay, so I'll start small and I'll build back up. I don't even know if it's possible to build back up while I'm having a flare up. I don't know if, no matter how easy I take it, I'm not going to get past this place. All I know is that I have to keep trying, because I miss the long runs. I miss the squats. I miss the burn, and I want it back. So that's where I'm at. I do have insurance, but it's not the best. So part of me wants to go back to the doctor. Part of me is just so frustrated with doctors. It's like, how many of them do I need to go see? How many of them are going to say the same thing? I don't want to be on medications all day long. I don't want to be loaded out of my mind on pain medicine, even though sometimes pain medicine is needed to get through with the pain. I don't have any right now. I don't want to be on a daily medication, mood altering or any of those kind of things that have side effects. I don't want that. I want to just be able to push through this and get better. And I don't know where this is going to lead. All I do know is that I've been so disappointed and so wrapped up in the whole, like, I just want to be who I am and who I was, that I've allowed myself to, like, get myself off the track. And I think that's the addiction. I think that when you're an addict, you let the things that would normally just be a bump in the road cause you to take a wrong turn. And I've taken a wrong turn, and I didn't even realize I did it. I see it now, so I'm fixing it. But this is where I'm at. And I don't know. Like, I'm trying really hard to not be mad at the universe about everything. I work out, and then if I push myself through a 30-minute, 45-minute workout, it's like I'm so far gone the next couple of days. Like right now, still in so much pain that, like, I can't even express it. My skin hurts, my bones hurt, the muscle fatigue is bad, but I'm just trying to keep going. Like today I went for a walk. It was like, okay, obviously I can't run. And clearly, I don't know if I should be on a bike. I really don't want to, like, wipe out on a bike and hurt myself. So clearly I need to take it a little easier. So I walked for 2 miles, and they took me for like 40 minutes, which is a 20-minute mile, which is pretty slow, but I did it. And it was like, that's what I got. That's what I have in me. That's what I'm going to give. And that's just what it's going to have to be for the next couple of weeks. And hopefully it'll start to resolve itself. I do have some muscle relaxers that I was given for the pain. They're very mild because if I take medicine, it affects me. Like, it affects me. So I do have some of those. I'm going to cut in half and probably take them at night at least. Like, I'm about to take one so that I can maybe get some good sleep. And then that should help me start to heal also, I'm hoping. And I'm just going to start over and really try my best to be my best. And then if I can't get some healing going on, I guess I'll go back to the doctor. But I can control my workouts as best as I can, and I can definitely control my choices and my addiction. And so tomorrow is going to be a sober day, and I'm going to food vlog, and I'm going to Instagram, and I'm going to get through it. And that will be day 1. And I'll think about day 2 when we get there. So I really hope you guys aren't too disappointed. I really hate, like, it's been so weird because I've had people come up to me and be like, if it wasn't for you, then I wouldn't be who I am now. And if it wasn't for you, and it's like, I feel like so disappointed in myself because it's like, how can you inspire other people, but you can't even hold it together? And I guess that's just humanity, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to disappoint anybody, and I don't want to discourage anybody, and I don't want to let anybody down. So this is it. This will be rock bottom, and we can only go back up, right? And then hopefully we can try a little harder to stay there and be a little more vigilant and not let the dam leak anymore.